Good morning from the Franklin Mountains in El Paso, Texas. Today I'm going to be hiking North Franklin Peak, which is the highest point in the area. So I need to take the West Cottonwood Spring Trail to the Mundy's Gap Trail to the North Franklin Mountain Trail. And I think the round trip is about 8 miles. Never been here before. But this shouldn't be too tough of a hike. Okay, just climbed somewhat steeply. Now I have to continue left to the Mundy's Gap Trail. The West Cottonwood Spring Trail goes up the hill, and according to the map, that's what it showed. A little downhill here, and then it's just a gradual uphill for a little while, it looks like. Well, there's the trailhead down there. So made some progress. Pretty easy to see where you go. There's West El Paso. Getting closer to the ridge up there. Maybe just another 100 feet of elevation, if that. So I should be there pretty quickly. It's been a little downhill for a ways since I reached the trail crest. I'm gonna be switching back here pretty soon and then heading up. Okay, yep, North Franklin Peak is somewhere up here, probably the one I saw. I'm gonna start the climb now, and the trail's gonna go up there. And it seems like most of the climbing on this trail is reserved for the end. I'm assuming the peak will be somewhere up there. That's where the trail is heading. Alright, gonna get moving. A little bit steeper here. Starting to get higher now. I'm not sure what peak that is right there, but in the distance beyond that peak are the Oregon Mountains. So I should be there later today. And I'm starting to get some views. This could be the summit right here, or it's going to be behind there. I'm not sure, but we'll find out pretty soon. Okay, yeah, I was just filming up here, but as I expected, the peak is a little further. It's not the first one there. There's a little rise, a little lower, and I think that's where it's at. Okay, I made it to the top of North Franklin Peak. It was around an hour and 27 minutes up. Nice views. I'm kind of liking the cloud cover, just keeping the sun off to some extent. There's South Franklin Peak there. There's South Franklin Mountain, I think it's called. And then, so this is looking east here. Kind of a really flat summit. I wonder if they flattened this out. I can't assume it was like this naturally, but maybe it was. And then there's some antenna up here for something. Looks pretty old. Out there in the distance are the Sacramento Mountains, the southern portion of them. And then beyond that and up to the north a little further would be Sierra Blanca Peak, somewhere up there. Highest point in southern New Mexico, but it's a little too hazy out there to see anything right now. Yeah, that's the Sacramento Mountains there. Okay, well that's it from the top of North Franklin Mountain here in El Paso, Texas. I'm going to start back down in a few minutes and probably head to South Franklin Mountain. Heading back down. Really easy trail to follow. You actually take 3 trails: Cottonwood Trail, Mundy's Gap Trail, and then North Franklin Trail, and there are a few trails that branch off from those as well in different directions. There's a little tarantula there. I startled him, he startled me a little bit. Making my way down here through one of these easier sections. Back to a really nice section of trail here. You don't get them like this too often. So that is where the peak is. That's where you kind of get to the top, right around there, and then you just walk south along the ridge. Okay, last view of the summit area up there. I don't think that's the actual summit. I think it's a little further back, but that'll be it. Heading back down through the remainder of the canyon here. Should be back within, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes. Well, almost back, just a couple hundred yards to go at the most, and that'll be it for North Franklin Mountain. I'll check my time when I get to the car, and then head over to South Franklin and try to do that as quickly as possible. Okay, made it back. It's 7,172 feet. And the elevation right here is right around 5,000. Okay. Okay, here at the Coleman Trail, going to do South Franklin Mountain. It said 3.44 miles one way, but that may be all the way to the other side. So this may not be that long of a hike at all. If that is the true distance all the way to the other side. There's another way you can access this trail on the south side of the range. So, the elevation here is right around a mile. I just came through the gap there, and it said 5,280 feet, and the top is, I think, 6,900, 1,700 feet of climbing, if that's the case. And the top is right up there where the towers are, so it's not too far. All right, I'm gonna get a move on here. Just try to make it up there as quickly as possible. I'm on what's called the Coleman Trail. And for those of you familiar with the bodybuilding world, you know who Ronnie Coleman is. So, just to get in the spirit here, I have to do a few of them. I'ma do this! I'ma get to the top! Yeah, buddy! Ain't nothing but a stairmaster. Light climb. It's gonna be a climb here, especially if it's not 3.44 miles. So it's gonna get steep, but this should be fun. And hopefully, I'm kind of hoping it is not the 3.44 miles just to the summit, because I want to get this one done as fast as possible, then get up to the Organ Pipe Mountains and possibly do one peak there. But like I said before, I'ma do this. It's a little bit of a breeze still. There's a lot of people here. There are a lot of cars parked at the parking lot. Okay, been doing a bit of climbing. I should have just gone the other way on the real trail, but anyway, I'm climbing up to it eventually. I thought there was a real trail that went through the gap. Maybe not, but anyway, There's people up there. I have to get up there. I'm gonna put the camera away and then get it out when it's better. Okay, I made it up to the ridge. I do still see a trail down there. That's what I was on. And it looks like it goes steeply up through that gap right there. So maybe I'll take that way down. It's been pretty steep. There's the western edge of El Paso. There's some nice views from on the ridge. Anyway, I don't have too much further to go. Looks like the summit is right up there. I'm gonna put the camera away again, get a little water, and then just make one last push up to the top. So this is the view from the top of South Franklin Mountain. Well, there definitely is a higher point right there, and then I think it drops beyond that. I'm gonna go around this just to see if there is another high point somewhere over there. Maybe you can get to the top up there. So let me try that in a second here, but anyway, nice views of El Paso. And there's North Franklin Mountain where I was just at a couple hours ago. Okay, I'm over here on the west side of the radio and communications equipment. I don't think you can get any higher than where I was at. Maybe over there, but I'm not even going to worry about that. I made it to the summit. There's western El Paso out there, country club down there, or golf course, and just a lot of houses. I'm just going to put the camera away. I'll film a little bit at the bottom, but I probably won't even take it out on the way down. I'm just going to get down and get back to the car and then head to the Organ Mountains. Okay, back to the start of the run, Coleman Trailhead. I'll get my time when I get to the car. But that was South Franklin Peak. Pretty tough hike if you take the more direct routes to the summit. I came down the longer route, so it wasn't as steep, but a little bit longer distance. Okay, I made it back. It was about 40 minutes on the way down, I guess. So pretty nice. And I was going east, the eastern part of El Paso. I'm going to head back west and head to the Organ Mountains now. Alright, that's it from the trailhead of the Ron Coleman Trail. I did it at the South Franklin Mountain.